Welcome to Calgary, Alberta. If you're just joining us, we are at the Huntington Hills Arena for the 2021 Canadian Ball Hockey Association Men's and Women's A and the Masters National Championships. Second game of the day, we turn our attention to the Men's A competition. Important game here between the Saskatoon Buffalo and the Edmonton BHC. 7 teams in the men's competition. 6 will move on to elimination play. 1 team will be eliminated. Right now, Saskatoon sitting in last place. They are 0-2, but just 1 point behind the Edmonton Nighthawks, who are 0-2-1, and just 3 points behind the Calgary Phantoms, who are 1-1. Some teams will play 2 games today. Some will just play 1. Every team will play 4 games in the preliminary round. So teams trying to survive need to put points on the board today, because we move to the elimination games tomorrow, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and we get the medal games on Saturday. We got a penalty coming up. Saskatoon in the white home jerseys, Edmonton in the darker jerseys with the trim. And right away, a penalty to Saskatoon. Not a good way for them to start. Justin D'Entremont headed to the penalty box. Power play for the Buffalo. So they say the Buffalo 0-2. So they sit at the bottom of the pack right now, but a lot can change between now and then. They play this game. They've got another one this evening. The Edmonton Nighthawks just 1 point ahead of them. Have only got the 1 game today. The Calgary Phantoms also with 2 games. Just 3 points on the board. You get 3 points for a regulation win, 2 for an overtime win, none for a loss, 1 if a game ends in a tie after 5 minutes of overtime, which we just saw in our previous game. Got all that straight? Not sure I do. I'm doing my best. But a lot to be decided today. 8 games in our webcast schedule. This is game number 2. Yannick Martel, the pass across. Dhaliwal. Marshall, back to Dhaliwal. Down into the corner. They tried to get it across to Martel, and covering it up is Brandon Schatz. He is the starting goaltender for the Saskatoon Buffalo. Down at the other end, Greg Bursey in goal for the Edmonton BHC. Power play here for Edmonton. Andressen is shot. Ball bounces around. Anderson cannot get back to keep it in. They will have to regroup. 49 seconds to go in the man advantage. Sticks getting up at the blue line now. Players battling hard as they line up there. Edmonton trying to get it in. They do. Ferenik. Down the boards back here to Martel. Andressen. They come to Martel. Back to Andressen. Shot off a leg. Goes wide of the goal. Ferenik up around the boards. Anderson will hold it in. 12 seconds to go in the power play. It's tipped back. Anderson will have to go and get it. Looking for Martel. Ball goes in behind the goal. Penalty's over. We're back to 5-on-5. Good penalty kill by Edmonton. By Saskatoon. Josh Anderson working down in the corner for Saskatoon. Comes to the side of the goal. Bursey played it in behind the goal. On it is Dowd. He's back at the point, taking their by Murphy. Murphy will bring it out for Edmonton. Murphy in over the blue line, drops it to Ferenik. Murphy giving chase. Couldn't get to it. Cleared away by Saskatoon, down the floor. That failed to connect. Off the boards. Murphy will get to it first for Edmonton. Got him behind the goal. Out to play at his shots. Through the middle. Peters. Shot goes in around behind, went up into the mesh and out of play. From the faceoff, it goes to the boards, and Edmonton is away. Rauji. Tried to get it to Marshall. Comes out. Kept in by Edmonton. That shot off a leg. Gallimore. Gallimore fouling. Got the shot away. The rebound came out. And I just had half a sub sandwich delivered to me. Now to find time to eat it. Yeah, food delivered to us up here. Social media guy. Kenny O'Leary gets half a sub. And working the camera with us today, it's Chase Clisdale. He gets half a sub as well. I don't know when we're going to eat these. Maybe at the end of 8 games. Yeah, midnight snack. Pile up in the crease, keeping it out his shots. Officials get in and separate the players. Four minutes, 36 seconds into the opening period. No score. Christian Magnus brought it down the boards. Backhand scores! Justin D'Entremont gives Saskatoon the 1-0 lead. There's Christian Magnus. He'll drive it in over the blue line, stops up along the half wall. Threw it out in front. Here's D'Entremont fighting off a checker. Turns, backhand, 5-hole, beats Bursey. And it is 1-0 for Saskatoon. Big goal for the Buffalo. Monahan behind the goal. Got it to Pasternak. Comes up at the blue line and out. Anderson made the pass across. It hopped over the stick of his teammate. All bounces around in there. At Edmonton. Get it out. Down the floor. Back there first is Monahan. Monahan goes down. That's going to be a penalty. Referee's arm is in the air. Tripping. And the player is still down in the corner to our right. That's Justin Monahan. Tony Burr concerned about him. Monahan's up. Gets a hand from the crowd here at Huntington Hills. And seems to be, well, he's laboring a bit, making his way back to the bench. We'll see if he comes back into the game. So now a power play for Saskatoon. They lead it 1-0. Looking for their first points of this tournament, this national championship. Shot saved by Bursey. Lamontier let it go from the left face-off circle. Back to James Pasternak. Lamontier kept it in play, gets it back to Pasternak, back to Lamontier. They'll throw it back and forth. Lamontier, hard shot, blocked by the defense. Cleared, but it'll go into the Edmonton bench. So the face-off will stay down in the Edmonton end of the floor. Minute 23 to go in the power play. Saskatoon leading it 1-0. Same result. Ball goes out of play. Face-off will stay where it was. Comes to the side of the goal, down in the corner. Back to Evan Pasternak. Pass a little bit off the mark. Kept in by Laframboise. Come back to Laframboise. Pasternak, one-timer. Off a leg and up and out of play. Again, the face-off will be to the left of Greg Bursey. Right from the face-off, the ball rolls down to Bursey. He'll hold on to it. Lamontier over to Pasternak. They'll go down low. Tried to get it back to Lamontier. Now he's got it back to Pasternak. Hard shot by Laframboise from the right side. Again, blocked and up and out of play. 27 seconds to go in the power play. Actually, this one did not go off the defense. So the face-off comes outside of the blue line. Laframboise getting in, shoots, making a bid for his second goal of the game. He was stopped by Bursey. Zafir Raji to the blue line, knocked down, and there will be a penalty coming up against Saskatoon. Let's see what the call is as the official heads over to the penalty box. Hooking. So 7 seconds of 4-on-4. And then Edmonton will go on the power play. Singer's waved out as his teammate moved early. Face-off won by Edmonton. Now they are on the power play, 5-on-4. Comes to the side of the goal. A couple of big saves, then the score. Couple of whacks at it. Then the rebound was put home. That did not take long. I think it was Phil Ferenic. Let's see. There's the first save. And the rebound is put home. Actually looked like 71, Dan Priestner. Either way, we are tied. There's another chance. The ball goes over the top of the goal. Ball down in the corner. Another penalty coming up as it starts to get a little bit rough and chippy out there. And it will be a roughing call. The penalty will go against Edmonton. Alim Mohammed, penalized player. So Saskatoon back on the power play. Ball bounce around, comes back to the point. Laframboise has it. Over to Pasternak. Along the boards. Anderson. Down into the corner. Comes back to Anderson. He'll shoot it. Glove save made by Bursey. Whenever Greg Bursey plays, I take the opportunity to plug our hometown. He and I are from the same place, Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland, and Labrador. Perfectly centered. The town motto is we are right in the middle of the island of Newfoundland. So I just want to get that little plug in for the hometown. Shot save made by Bursey. Pasternak pinching in. And knocked out. Good play there by Zafir Rauji. Under a minute to go in the power play. Pasternak will clear it in. Bursey out to play it. He's got it. Leaves it there. Ball goes into the corner. First on it was Christian Magnus. And then it's put out of play. It went off the stick of Magnus. So the faceoff comes outside the blue line. 35 seconds to go in the power play. James Pasternak now back at the blue line. It was Evan earlier. Shot was blocked. Edmonton wanted a penalty call there for interference. In for Lamontier. Dumps it in deep. Penalty's over. We're back to 5-on-5. And here comes Edmonton. 2-on-1 down low. Little delay, knocked off his stick. Puck goes in behind the goal. Whistle has gone. The players are getting an explanation as to why. Referee at its center has detected a penalty and called tripping against Justin D'Entremont. That's his second penalty of the game. .9:47 left to go here in the first period. We are tied at 1. Face-off won by Saskatoon. Can't get it out, or still in the corner, rather. And over into the far corner. Pasternak trying to get to it. It's stopped over there by Jubenville. Now Edmonton setting up on the power play. Marshall doesn't shoot it. Martel shoots that one off a leg, and it'll be sent the length of the floor. It'll kill some time. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Marshall slowly up the floor. They need to get it in over the blue line. They do. Tried to get it to Ferenik. So he tried to split the defense, went off his stick into the corner. Ferenik has the ball go up in the air. Went off a Saskatoon stick, so the faceoff will stay to the right of Brandon Schatz. Shot by Ferenik was stopped by Schatz, and then it was put out of play. They're going to discuss who touched it last. Well, not only that, they're going to discuss a penalty, I think. Well, let's see. Referee indicated, I thought, too many players on the floor, but I think that may have been part of the discussion about who touched it last. Not sure. Timeout. Saskatoon, and it is indeed a penalty. I read the hand signal properly. Too many men on the floor against Saskatoon, so they call a timeout. It will be 5-on-3. Holden Knights will go into the box to serve that penalty. Minute 5 to go in the initial penalty to Saskatoon. 2 minutes up on the board now for the too many players on the floor. So 5-on-3 power play is 1-1 game. Win by Edmonton, and they would guarantee themselves a place in the elimination round tomorrow. Top 2 teams get a bye into the semis. Shot by Martel is blocked. And Saskatoon able to clear it. 44 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Here's Martel. To Gallimore. Shot that went wide. Martel reaching for it. Knocked out of the air. Ferenik knocked out of the air. Saskatoon players calling for high stick. It wasn't that high. Maybe waist high at best. Martel. Hard shot by Anderson. Stop was made by Schatz. Pasternak got a stick on that. Shot doesn't get through. Martel gets to it, puts it wide. First penalty's over. We're 5-on-4 now. Jubenville. Come back to Anderson. Martel, Anderson. Martel down low. Back to Martel. Fed it into the slot. Cleared away. Comes back to Martel. Big slap shot. Scores! Danik Martel. Martel first just fed it into the front of the goal, hoping someone could get a stick on it. Finds himself in the high slot. Ball comes right back to him. The big clapper finds the back of the goal. And it is now 2-1 for Edmonton. Penalties come off the board. We're down to 7:22. It's kept in at center and dumped it. Going high in there to knock it down was Pasternak. Chebley got it up to Navi Brar, but couldn't get it in deep. Comes back to Chebley. Gets it to Holben. Scott Holben in over the blue line. Drops it off Chebley. Right in front for Brar. Nice play. Just failed to connect. That shot scores! Holben. If at first you don't succeed. Set up Brar in front. They couldn't get the goal. It goes in behind. Comes out and Holben buries it. There's the first attempt. Navi Brar stays with it. You see Holben right in the circle there. Ball comes out to him. She gets the feed from Brar, and he buries it. And it is now 3-1. Griffin clears it in for Saskatoon. It's off the boards. Shot by Brar. Rebound was there. It's put wide. Saskatoon really needs to respond. Drop pass. One pass too many maybe. As Griffin tried to set up his teammate instead of shooting it. Brar trying to knock it loose. He does. It comes here at the blue line. Griffin's got it. Griffin up to Knights. Holden Knights busting in. He's tripped up. And that'll be a penalty to Edmonton. Tripping. As we get set for the Saskatoon power play, we'll be right back as we take a break to hear this word from our national sponsor, Napper. Face-off win by Saskatoon. They're on the power play, trailing by 2. Pasternak a pass across. That goes wide. Comes back to Pasternak. Into the middle. Magnus shot it wide. Saved by Bursey. As D'Entremont let it go. Pasternak. Laframboise. Back to Pasternak. Settle it down. Into the middle. Magnus with a shot. Magnus battling along the boards. Edmonton come up with it and send it down the floor. Shots with a long pass up to Laframboise. He hits Anderson. Anderson breaking in backhand. Save is made. And it is cleared. Under a minute to go in the power play. Just 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. James Pasternak got it in over the blue line. Lamontier. Anderson. Back to Lamontier. Pasternak. Hard shot by Anderson, stopped by Bursey. Out it comes again. This will pretty much do it for the power play. Hustling down there. That was Jared White killing time for Edmonton. Just a couple of seconds left to go in the power play. It is now expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Anderson trying to get in there. Taken away by Edmonton. Long pass up ahead taken by Navi Brar. Brar trying to cut in. He goes down. Shot doesn't get through. Or Tony Brar, that is. 17. Navi's on a different team. I think that's twice I've done that. Did it last night as well. Pumphrey. Shot, stick save by Bursey. On it is Woodman. Knocked down at center. Good play there by Pumphrey. Pumphrey brings it in over the blue line. A shot, that's blocked. Under 3 to play here in the first. Kicked away by Bursey. A long shot by Monahan. Peters plays it to the boards. Back at the point. Snapshot by Monahan. Goes wide. Jumping on it. This is Navi Brar. Not wrong team, just wrong number. Swinging around in behind the goal. Stepping out, getting the shot away was Christian Magnus. Off a stick. Out of play. And a lot of jawing going on out there right now. D'Entremont to take the face-off for Saskatoon. Wins it right to Magnus, whose shot went wide off a stick. Comes out at center. Still onside. Here's Christian Magnus. He's had a few chances in this period. Time he slipped. Edmonton up the floor. Scott Holben. Down to Raji. Back out, save made by Shots. Holben's on it again. Looking for the loose ball. It was Gallimore. Goes in behind the goal. Holben trying to find some room out in front. Now he's got the ball, but takes it to the boards. Good pass back here at the point. That was blocked by Magnus. Gallimore swings it right into the crease. Shots can't cover it. It's loose in behind the goal. Good shift here by Edmonton. A shot, save made and held on by Shots. 1:08 left in the first. Miscue. Sean Miscue. Chip and Chase going in there against Navrat. It's brought out to center. It's lifted high in the air. Martel onside. Laframboise was on him. Laframboise with it. Off the boards. Navrat didn't see that pass coming. Laframboise follows up on it. He'll get it in. Knights with a chance. That was blocked in front, didn't get through. Edmonton racing away is Lee Jubenville. Jubenville keeps on going. Tried to get it back to Martel, but way too much on that pass. That'll do it, though. First period comes to an end. A very good one for Edmonton BHC. They lead the Saskatoon Buffalo by a score of 3-1. Saskatoon needs to get it going. If they don't win this one, they're going to be in a whole heap of trouble in terms of trying to make it into the elimination round. All right, we've got a 5-minute intermission. Let's see if I can take a bite or two out of that sub sandwich that was dropped off to me. You're watching the 2021 Canadian Ball Hockey Association National Championships, the men's and women's A and the Masters. We are at Huntington Hills Arena in Calgary, Alberta. Back in just over 4 minutes from now. 3-1, Edmonton leading Saskatoon after 20 minutes of play. We'll play 2 periods, so 20 minutes left to go in regulation in this one. As we mentioned, Saskatoon currently sitting at the bottom of the standings. 0-2. They lose this one. It'll be very difficult for them to get into the elimination round. Now, they do have another game. They're playing at 9 o'clock tonight at the Murray Copot Arena. Magnus with another shot. Ball following him around. For 5-on-5, it comes in front. But they would need to win that and get some help. They would need the Edmonton Nighthawks to lose their game this evening. And they would be in a tie with the Calgary Phantoms, but the Phantoms still have 2 games left to play. They're playing next, and they'll play again this evening. So it is a possibility, if they lose this, to still get in, but combinations get tougher. Right in front, shot scores. That's not going to help. The boards, you see him sneaking down off the point. Quick shot. (4-1). Here they come again, Edmonton. That pass just misfired. Holben was bringing it down the left side, tried to get the ball across and went into a corner. Saskatoon stopped at the blue line. Holben leaves it for miscue. Goes in around behind the goal, up along the boards. Holben on it first. Shot doesn't get through. Mitchell trying to get it out. He does. So Anderson will have to go all the way back into his own end. Again, Edmonton get it in over the blue line. Saskatoon will control it. Priestner up to Laframboise. Laframboise trying to cut in. Knocked off his stick. Into the middle, Laframboise on the backhand goes to his forehand. Put it wide. Don't think Bercy got a glove on that. I think it just went wide of the post. Edmonton back the other way. Tony Brar. Into the middle, that's intercepted. Shot by Dhaliwal. Stopped by Shots. Edmonton keeping on the pressure. Towards the front of the goal, ends up on the side of the goal. Player pushed down, play continues. Saskatoon a little slow to move it. Now they'll get it out. Magnus couldn't get it in over the blue line. Holding will be the call. And it will be a power play for Saskatoon. Tony Brar gone to the penalty box for Edmonton. Power play for Saskatoon, penalty to Edmonton. Saskatoon win it. Back at the point, Lamontaire. Shot by D'Entremont was stopped. They'll have to regain the zone. Outside, they'll shoot it right on goal. Bercy will make the save and hold on to it. So they will at least win the face-off, or win a face-off in Edmonton territory. Don't have possession of it in the offensive zone yet. 20 seconds gone in the power play. We'll move it over to the left of Greg Bercy. That's cleared down the floor. Lamontaire will get it from Schatz. They've got it in to the offensive zone, so now they can set up on their power play. D'Entremont to Lamontaire. Comes back to Lamontaire to D'Entremont. Flex not to shoot it. Down low, Christian Magnus. Ball is still loose at the side of the goal. Magnus gets it out in front, comes back to D'Entremont to Lamontaire. He'll wind up fire it. Save made by Bercy. That's redirected by the defense. Bercy will grab it and hold on. .47 seconds to go in the power play. The face-off ball goes over to the far boards. On at first there for Edmonton was Marshall. Couldn't get it out. Kept in nicely by Pasternak. One-timer, wide of the mark, up into the mesh. That'll bring the face-off outside the blue line as Xavier Labelle gets a shift on the power play, and quickly that shift ends as he heads back to the bench. Down to 33 seconds to go in the power play. Face-off win for Saskatchewan. They have to try and gain the zone. It came in, so now they can set up. Pasternak steps in, doesn't shoot it. Letting it fly was Anderson. Save is made, and the referee's arm has gone up. Now Bercy gives a shove to the Saskatoon player. It's not a happy camper. See who gets the initial penalty. Blake Granger down to the penalty box for Edmonton, so a 5-on-3, a brief one. There'll be a 4-minute penalty against Granger. .18 seconds left to go in the initial penalty, so that's how long they've got to work on the 5-on-3. They win the faceoff, take care of the first part. There's Lamontaire down low, he'll get the return pass, shoots it. And again, frustration from Lamontaire as the shot goes straight up into the mesh. So face-off outside, 10 seconds to go now in the 5-on-3. They will have to regain the zone. Cleared in. Bercy leaves it there for Marshall. Up ahead to Holben. Holben, he'll lug it out. 5-on-4 now. His first penalty has expired. Holben, shorthanded, almost buried it. Now he will retreat. And Saskatoon will bring it out. 3:27 to go in the penalty. That's intercepted by Marshall. Marshall with a nifty little move, cuts around Lamontier. Comes to the boards, killing time. Down into the corner. D'Entremont in there trying to dig it out. Time ticking away. 3 minutes to go in the power play. And again, knocked off the stick, this time of Harrison. Blake Harrison out there now for Saskatoon. Over to LaBelle. Harrison with some room. Harrison trying to split the defense. He's stopped. Pasternak with a pass over, and the save is made. Or it may have, no, not made. They're saying the faceoff's going to come outside. So that grazed the crossbar and went out of play. Hard shot by D'Entremont. Initially, I thought Bercy got a piece of it, but they're bringing the face-off outside the blue line, which, as they say, is an indication that the goaltender did not touch that. A little pause in the action as they're going to get goaltender Bercy a new water bottle. They're trying to get him a new water bottle. Referee's over the bench. And a towel. Much warmer here in Calgary today than it's been all week. It's been kind of cool since we got here. Right now it's still not overly warm, certainly. 21 degrees and very little humidity, but it's supposed to go up to the mid-20s this afternoon. Not as hot as it can be. And certainly nothing like Montreal 2 years ago for the BC and D national championships when the Humidex was up in the mid-40s most days. Very comfortable weather for playing here in Calgary. Gets warm outside, can get humid and sticky inside, but pretty good conditions. The weather has been relatively cool, and then at the far end you might notice from time to time you can see that the door has been opened, allowing the air to circulate here inside the Huntington Hills Arena. Face-off win for Edmonton, so again that will allow them to kill some more time on this penalty. Just 2.5 to go in the 4-minute penalty to Edmonton, and they'll control it again. Brar couldn't get it down deep. Shot in by LaBelle. It's going to be another penalty against Edmonton. Tripping. Saskatoon getting their chances here in the second on the power play, but so far not much to show for it in terms of even good scoring chances. That one that hit the crossbar off the stick of D'Entremont is about it. Well, now a lengthy 5-on-3 once again. Still 2:06 to go in the first penalty. 2 minutes up on the board on the tripping penalty. So they need to make some hay here. The sun is shining, but they are down by 3. One-timer save made by Bercy off the stick of Laframboise. He's got it again. He's got to come all the way out to center. Laframboise. He's a shooter, but really had nothing to shoot there. Got it in front. D'Entremont's shot was deflected and went out of play. They're going to get together and discuss this. I think it was touched by an Edmonton player. And they get the call correct. Well done, folks. Get together, discuss it. Face-off win for Edmonton. Clear it right down the floor. Shots out to play it. Up ahead to James Pasternak. Played in by D'Entremont. Or by Laframboise. D'Entremont gets in there. The net took a bump and was moved. The reason for that whistle. A lot of whistles here in the second period. Another game in the men's competition coming up next. Calgary Phantoms, Vancouver Falcons. Pasternak doesn't shoot it. Still they don't shoot it. Now they do. Scores! Oh, beautiful goal. D'Entremont. He is a goal scorer. He's got both the Saskatoon goals. You see him down to your right along the goal line, sneaking down there. Just finding himself a little bit of room. Backs up. One times it from a difficult angle. That's a goal scorer's goal right there, folks. Very little room. Saskatoon back in it, and they're still on the power play for another minute and 4 seconds. 5-on-4 power play. If you're the goaltender, you just got to tip your cap to D'Entremont on that. Tough angle, one-timer, didn't cradle the ball at all. Pasternak. Anderson. Comes back to Anderson. Go down low along the goal line. That's Drude. Anderson. Pasternak doesn't shoot it. Lamontier. Pasternak, a shot save made by Bursey. Ball is taken in around behind the goal. Comes to Bursey, and he will hold on to it. It just rolls softly down to Bursey, who'll cover it up. Again, Saskatoon still on the power play here for another 17 seconds. This time they win the faceoff. Pasternak. Laframboise, shot goes wide. Brock Harrison. In front, it's tipped. Bursey makes a safe scramble there. Laframboise has it. Penalty's over. We're back to 5-on-5. Again, a problem with the net. The reason for the whistle, they'll replace the net. .11 left. That comes right in front, comes to the boards. Players battle for it. It gets chipped into the mesh. Saskatoon offside at the blue line. Yep. Peters took the shot, but the whistle was a little bit late. But it was the correct call. We could see it clearly from here. Peters will tip it in. He'll go in to chase in the corner. Delayed offside. Peters kept going. They're going to bring it all the way back. Shot right in on shots. Ball batted. The hand towards the end boards. It comes free. Saskatoon has it. That one off a stick right in front and led to a scoring chance for Edmonton. Edmonton has it again. Fed in front, looking for the tip, was Billy Marshall. Shots got the stick there first and cleared it away. There's a chance. Dollywall, his shot goes wide. Dollywall with it. Back at the point. Off a stick. Up and out of play. Both teams will change. 4-2, 10:04 to go. Getting around the outside is Mohammed. He'll take it down deep. Drude. Backhand. Bursey sprawls, makes the save. As the ball got over to Caleb Griffin, right on the doorstep. It's going to be a penalty to Saskatoon. Griffin, 2 for holding. So we get set for the power play. Let's hear from the official sponsor for these championships, Napper. Edmonton leading 4-2, now go on the power play. Just past the halfway mark here in the second period, 9:29 left to go. Marshall. Gallimore, shot did not get through, bounces out to center, gets past. Marshall at center and then played ahead. Gallimore swings it over the far side. Racing in there, ran out of room, was Danik Martel. He's got great speed, but couldn't get around the outside that time. They'll reset it. Jubenville, Marshall. Back to Jubenville, back to Marshall. Jubenville with a shot, rebound. Was batted out of the air by Shots. He made the initial save, the ball went straight up, and then he batted it into the corner. Gallimore. Down low to the side of the goal. Back to Marshall. Gallimore. That shot goes up and out of play as it misses the target. 57 seconds to go in the man advantage. And we are a little bit behind on the schedule thanks to the overtime game to start things off. this morning. Our next game is scheduled for 15 minutes from now. It's going to be a little later than that. It'll be Calgary Phantoms and the Vancouver Falcons. Kept in at the blue line by Dollywall, or at the red line, which is effectively the blue line. So we have the floating blue line in ball hockey. Anderson will set it up. Down low along the goal line, out in front. Failing to get a stick on it was Burr. Batted out of the air, racing onto it. Pumphrey. That's blown down. Hand pass. Just 9 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Edmonton. You can see some of the kids from the summer day camp here at the Huntington Hills Arena taking in the game down along the glass. So they're enjoying their look at ball hockey at its finest. These national championships. This is the men's A competition. Saskatoon, as we say, desperate for a win. And right now they're down by 2, kept in. Now Edmonton get it down deep, racing onto it. Holben comes up with it, fed it out in front, goes to the far boards. Back at the point, no shot. They'll play it into the high slot, cleared out. Christian Magnus. Magnus swinging away. He's got Knights with him. Ball rolls in very softly to Bercy, no problem at all. He'll hold on to that. We're down to 6:31 to go. Still a 2-goal lead for the Edmonton BHC. Long shot in by D'Entremont, stopped by Bercy. Now D'Entremont's going to pick up his 3rd penalty of the game. He has words with Danik Martel. Well, hold everything. Okay. They're still talking. Both players are gone. There may be, I think, well, let's wait. The initial penalty, I think, was going to D'Entremont, which would be his 3rd, which means he's gone from the game. Martel is gone to the penalty box. That may be as a result of the jawing that they did at each other after the penalty call. Down to our left, I can see D'Entremont exiting the arena. He'll head to the dressing room. So it may take a minute to get this one sorted out. Waiting to see what goes up on the penalty clock. We don't get the announcements here in the arena. Well, not a penalty to... Well, the penalty must have gone to D'Entremont, then Martel picked one up after, because right now we're 5-on-5 and nothing on the board. So the two penalties canceling themselves out. There must have been some sort of retaliation from Martel that we didn't, I did not see. 5-on-5, we continue. Here's Griffin. Can't get it in over the blue line. Cutting towards the goal is Woodman. No goal, kept out by shots. Players push and shove down in the corner. It's getting rough out there as this one begins to wind down. 5.5 to go. Harrison battling hard for the ball. Shot goes over the top of the goal as Keith Mitchell came off the boards from his knees, took a shot, but it went high. Face-off just outside the Edmonton blue line. Face-off won by Edmonton. Another whistle. Pasternak has it knocked off his stick. Lamontaire with it behind the goal for Saskatoon. He'll reverse it back to Pasternak. Up ahead, Navrot gets it in over the blue line. Winding up, shoot it. Laframboise. Ball goes into the corner. Saskatoon are on it. Goes in around behind the goal. Laframboise in the corner. And it is taken away by Jubenville. Up to Mohammed. Mohammed didn't get to center before he cleared it in, so that'll be a flooring call, an unnecessary one. He was trying to make a pass up ahead, but it was a tad ambitious. Big pile up in the crease. Mercier able to keep it out. Now Edmonton break out, 2-on-1. Here's Holben. He's got Gallimore with him. Holben shoots it. Gallimore reaches for the rebound. Couldn't get a stick on it. Racing back the other way comes Josh Anderson. They go back and forth. Ball goes in behind the goal. Shots out to play it. Under 4 to go. I think what happened right below us, the referee got run into. His partner blew the whistle. We'll make sure he's okay. Seems to be okay. His chin strap came off. He's got that put back in place. He says, yeah, we're good to go. Pasternak quickly across, shot comes in over the top of the goal. He scores, it comes off the inboards. And we have got a brand new game with 3:43 to go. Pasternak passed it across to Monahan. His shot goes high over the top and knocking it out of the air. Great hand-eye coordination over to the right. I believe that was Brock Harrison. It is. And Harrison makes it 4-3. Game on. Still 3:43 to go. Timeout called by Edmonton. They were in complete control of this game a few minutes ago, up 4-1. Credit Saskatoon. They have battled back. Their playoff life is on the line here this afternoon. They need to get some points. They're 0-2. They've got one more game to go after this one. They play this evening. The final game of the evening over at the Murray Copot Arena, 9 o'clock. But they don't want to wait till then. Because not only if they win, it could depend on what happens with the other teams as well. Even a win won't guarantee them to get in. We'll get one now and then get some more points tonight. This is their best path to making the playoffs. Tomorrow again, 7 teams. 6 teams make the elimination. Top 2 get the byes into the semifinals. There will be a quarterfinal between 3rd and 6th and 4th and 5th. You finish 7th, you get to go home early. That shot was a tough one, and Bursey with maybe his best save of the game. Saskatoon coming on. Harrison plays it to the front of the goal, kicked away by Marshall. Marshall will bring it out. Pass across. Brer. Tony Brer with the ball for Edmonton. Holman with a shot. Shots makes the save. Magnus tips it out. Hustling back to get it. Anderson. Under 3 to go. Anderson takes a quick look up at the clock down at the far end of the stadium. He sees that there's still lots of time. His team only leading by 1. Nowhere to go. The Hail Mary pass knocked out of the air. Shot and a save. Blake Granger did a great job. Went up high. Came down with the ball, controlled, and got away a pretty good shot. Brandon Schatz with a great save. Pretty good crowd on hand for this game this afternoon. The attendance has been very good here at Huntington Hills all week for these national championships. Holden Knights brought it in over the blue line, and he took a bit of a clothesline as he crossed the blue line. So it'll be a holding call. So now it gets very interesting. 2:27 left to go. Power play for Saskatoon as they trail it by 1. This game looked to be over about halfway through this period. Very much in doubt right now. Face-off win by Saskatoon. Harrison gets it to Laframboise. Back to Lamontier. Laframboise shoots. That just missed. Holding it in. Anderson. Back to Lamontier. Doesn't shoot it. Anderson will. And once again, that's the third or fourth time that we have seen a Saskatoon player. Now, Saskatoon arguing it was tipped. It was not tipped. They get the call right again. I say because they agree with what I thought it was, that means they got it right. No, but it wasn't tipped. Went off the top of the stick, straight up in the air, went out. So Saskatoon will have to regain the zone. Minute 42 left to go in their power play. Harrison to take the face-off against Holman. Controlled by Saskatoon. They get it in. Now they'll go into chase. Anderson threw it through the crease. Bercy thought about coming out to play, then backed up into his net. Into the middle. Agnes Anderson shot cross. Bercy with a big save. Back of the point. Lamontier. That's tipped over the top of the goal. And it's cleared by Edmonton. Still time. Lamontier. Minute 9 to go in the power play. Got a minute and a half left to go in regulation time. Brock Harrison. Over on the left side. They'll bring it in. Navrat. Back to Harrison. He'll drop it back. Lamontier. He'll quarterback this. Passed a little bit off the mark. Laframboise over to this side. Big save by Bercy. She takes it in the pads. It's coming out. Jubenville gets to it. The net is empty. Jubenville hit the post. He get the rebound though and tuck it home. And that'll put the capper on this one. Greg Bercy coming up big when it mattered most for Edmonton. 3 big saves on that power play. And then Lee Jubenville. So he brought it out, hit the post with the first attempt, but the ball was just right there. He just had to walk over. As the Saskatoon player had sprawled out on the first attempt, was prone on the floor. Jubenville just walked over, tapped it in. 35 seconds left to go. Still a power play for Saskatoon. Only 1 minute now to go in regulation time. Going to take something special now. Again, shots. Heads to the bench. That's offside. So Saskatoon with the extra attacker. Still 19 seconds to go in their man advantage. Face-off won by Edmonton, sending it down the floor. Bercy will cover it. And if you're just logged on, hoping to see the 1 o'clock game or 1:30 game between Calgary and Vancouver, we are running a little late. We had overtime in our opening game, and this game is taking a little bit longer than normal to finish. It's going to take even a little bit longer as we get a timeout. And as we get the timeout, let's get another message in here from our official sponsor for these national championships, Napper. So assuming a win right now by the Edmonton BHC, they will leapfrog both Brampton Midnight Express and New Tecumseh Extreme to move into first place with 7 points, 1 point ahead of those other two teams. And for Saskatoon, not quite over yet. They've got another game tonight. So depending on what happens with that one and what happens with the Edmonton Nighthawks, will determine whether or not they get to play tomorrow. Bercy with another save, 24.1 to go. And Saskatoon will play Calgary tonight. That game could be, depending on what happens with Edmonton Nighthawks in their game today, could determine which one will not play tomorrow. Still a few different possibilities. Brampton, New Tecumseh Extreme, Vancouver Falcons, Edmonton BHC, they're all in. Net is still empty down the other end. We're going to get a penalty against Saskatoon. Tony Barr was racing out towards center and he got decked at center. Evan Pasternak gone to the penalty box. Barr still down on the floor. Training staff from both teams out on the floor to tend to Tony Barr. As we come back to the full screen. Sorry about that. Barr still down on the floor. Five-minute major gone up on the board to Evan Pasternak of Saskatoon. So he is gone from the game and he's heading to the dressing room. Tony Barr still down on the floor, as you can see, being attended to. Looks like he's going to attempt to at least sit up at this point. Get him to his feet. It looks to be the right leg. I thought I saw him grabbing at the knee. Don't want to speculate, but it's the right leg. He's not putting any weight on as he goes off, and he'll get attended to. And we will see if we can finish this game. We will be about a half an hour or so late getting to our 1:30 game. All right, we'll see if we can finish this one with just 14 and a half seconds left to go. Power play for Edmonton, but shot on goal and save is made. Face-off won by Saskatoon. They'll send it down the floor, and this one now will come to an end. Final score, Edmonton, BHC defeating Saskatoon Buffalo by a score of 5-3. Saskatoon now 0-3. They've got some work to do. Edmonton, 2 wins and a tie. All right, that'll do it. We are going to step aside for a few minutes. In about 10 minutes from now, we'll have our next game, that between the Calgary Phantoms and the Vancouver Falcons, that was scheduled for 1:30. Maybe we'll get a quick game somewhere along the way to get back on schedule, or else it's going to be a very late night. We've got 8 games all back to back to back to back to back and so on throughout the day. This is just game number 2. All right, back in a few minutes. You're watching the 2021 Canadian Ball Hockey Association Men's and Women's A, the Masters National Championships from Calgary, Alberta.